Born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. in the segregated south of Louisville, Kentucky, Ali's journey from a young boy with a stolen bicycle to a global icon of boxing and a champion for social justice is a narrative rich with triumph, adversity, and transformation. This biography highlights the life of a man who declared himself the greatest and lived every moment to prove it, not just through his unparalleled prowess in the boxing ring, but through his profound impact on civil rights, religion, and global humanitarian efforts. From the outset, Ali was more than a boxer. He was a cultural phenomenon who danced under the bright lights of the world stage, captivating audiences with his poetic prowess, charismatic confidence, and a principled stance on issues ranging from war to racial equality. His refusal to be drafted into the Vietnam War, citing religious beliefs and a fight against racial injustice, marked a pivotal moment in American history, showcasing his willingness to sacrifice his career for his convictions. Ali's battles were not confined to the physical realm. His fight against Parkinson's disease, a testament to his indomitable spirit, and his efforts to bridge divides across nations and religions, highlight a man whose strength was matched by his compassion and complexity. His death in 2016 was not just the loss of a legendary athlete, but the dimming of a bright light in the fight for a better, more just world. This biography aims to capture the essence of Muhammad Ali's life, from his early days in Louisville to his rise as a boxing legend and his remarkable journey as a social activist. Through exploring 10 lesser-known facts about his life, alongside his most memorable quotes, we invite viewers to step into the world of a man whose legacy transcends the sport of boxing, offering insights into the heart and mind of one of the 20th century's most influential figures. Join us as we explore the life of Muhammad Ali, a man who fought not just for titles but for dignity, respect, and the betterment of humanity. Born on January 17, 1942, in the segregated South, Muhammad Ali was introduced early to the realities of racial prejudice and discrimination. His father was a sign painter who also had a talent for singing, and his mother was a domestic worker. Despite the financial instability and racial challenges of his early years, Ali's parents instilled in him the importance of self-respect and determination. The incident of his stolen bicycle when he was 12 years old led him to Joe Martin, a police officer and boxing coach, who introduced Ali to boxing. This event did not just ignite his passion for boxing, it also marked the beginning of Ali's journey to becoming a fighter in every sense of the word. Ali's early education was marked by struggle, primarily due to his dyslexia, which made traditional learning challenging. However, his athletic prowess was undeniable. Under Joe Martin's guidance, Ali quickly made a name for himself in the amateur boxing world. His dedication and natural talent led him to win numerous titles at the local and national levels, culminating in his gold medal victory at the 1960 Rome Olympics. This period was crucial in shaping Ali's confidence and skill in the ring, setting the stage for his professional career and his future as a public figure. Ali's professional boxing career is studded with remarkable victories and historic moments. After winning the gold medal, he turned professional and soon became known for his unique fighting style, characterized by his incredible speed, agility, and unorthodox techniques like the Ali Shuffle. His first major victory came in 1964 when he defeated the heavily favored Sonny Liston to become the heavyweight champion of the world. This victory was not just a sporting achievement, it was a cultural moment, signaling the rise of a new kind of athlete who was outspoken, charismatic, and politically engaged. Ali's most memorable fights include the Fight of the Century against Joe Frazier in 1971, the Rumble in the Jungle against George Foreman in 1974, and the Thrilla in Manila against Frazier in 1975. Ali's career and life were fraught with challenges, both inside and outside the ring. His refusal to be drafted into the Vietnam War on religious and ethical grounds led to a 3.5-year suspension from boxing, during which he was stripped of his boxing titles. This period tested Ali's resolve, but he stood firm in his convictions, becoming a symbol of resistance and a voice for the anti-war movement. His comeback to boxing was marked by a series of legendary fights that not only reclaimed his status as the heavyweight champion, but also solidified his place as a hero in the eyes of many around the world. Ali's personal life was as complex and multifaceted as his public persona. He was married 4 times and had 9 children. His conversion to Islam in 1964 was a pivotal moment in his life, leading to his name change from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. This decision reflected his deep spiritual convictions and his desire for an identity that was in line with his beliefs. Ali's family life, his faith, and his social activism were deeply intertwined, influencing each other and shaping the man he became. Muhammad Ali's legacy extends far beyond his achievements in the boxing ring. He is remembered as a champion of civil rights, a defiant voice against war and injustice, and a global ambassador for peace and humanitarian causes. Ali used his fame to speak out on issues of racial inequality, religious freedom, and social justice, earning him admiration as well as controversy. Today, Ali is celebrated not only as one of the greatest athletes of all time, but also as a man of principle, courage, and compassion. His impact on sports, culture, and society remains profound and enduring. Here are 10 things most people don't know about Ali. Ali once talked a suicidal man down from jumping off a building, showcasing his compassion and ability to inspire hope in others. He had a brief career in music, releasing an album titled "I Am the Greatest," which earned him a Grammy nomination for spoken word. Ali starred in a Broadway musical called Buck White in 1969, demonstrating his versatility and charisma beyond boxing. He was an avid magician and loved performing magic tricks for children during his hospital visits. Ali's visit to Iraq in 1990 to negotiate the release of hostages showcased his commitment to humanitarian causes. Despite his tough exterior, Ali had a profound love for poetry and often wrote his own verses to taunt his opponents and express his philosophies. His friendship with Elvis Presley highlighted Ali's wide-reaching influence and connections across different cultural spheres. Ali was considered for a role in the original Superman movie, which illustrates the broad appeal and iconic status he had achieved. He was deeply involved in the civil rights movement, attending rallies and speaking out against racial injustice alongside prominent leaders like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. Ali's battle with Parkinson's disease later in life did not diminish his spirit or his commitment to public appearances and philanthropic efforts. Everyone knows Ali for his spoken word. Here are 3 quotes from the legend himself. "Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. His hands can't hit what his eyes can't see." He also said, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." And his final quote, "The man who has no imagination has no wings." Ali's proclamation, "I am the greatest," was not merely a boastful claim, but a manifestation of his immense self-belief and determination. This statement, repeated like a mantra, can be seen as a form of self-actualization, a concept central to humanistic psychology. Ali's unwavering confidence in his abilities was likely fueled by an intrinsic motivation to fulfill his potential, not just for personal glory, but to inspire and uplift others. His drive for greatness can be interpreted as a response to the societal constraints and racial injustices he faced, channeling his frustrations into a positive, self-affirming direction. Ali's psychological resilience is evident in how he dealt with challenges, both inside and outside the ring. His refusal to be drafted into the Vietnam War, despite the threat to his career and public image, demonstrates a strong moral conviction and an ability to withstand external pressures. This resilience can be partly attributed to what psychologist Albert Bandura calls self-efficacy, the belief in one's ability to overcome obstacles and achieve goals. Ali's actions reflect a high level of self-efficacy, believing firmly in his capacity to effect change and stand by his principles. Some might argue that Ali exhibited traits of narcissism, characterized by grandiosity, a need for admiration, and a sense of entitlement. However, Ali's narcissism, if present, was not maladaptive, but rather a source of strength that allowed him to transcend the limitations imposed by society. His grandiose self-presentation was often laced with humor and served a strategic purpose, psyching out opponents and captivating the public. Moreover, Ali's narcissistic tendencies were balanced by his empathy, generosity, and commitment to social causes, suggesting a complex personality that defies simple categorization. Ali's empathy and social consciousness were profound, driving him to become an outspoken civil rights advocate and humanitarian. This aspect of his personality reflects what Carl Rogers termed congruent, where an individual's ideal self and actual experiences are in alignment. Ali's actions, whether refusing the draft, converting to Islam, or advocating for racial equality, were congruent with his deeply held values and beliefs. His ability to empathize with the oppressed and marginalized speaks to a highly developed emotional intelligence, enabling him to connect with people from all walks of life. Despite his outward confidence, Ali's life was not devoid of fear and vulnerability. His battle with Parkinson's disease and the inevitable decline in his physical abilities exposed a more vulnerable side of the champion. Yet, even in the face of these challenges, Ali's resilience and sense of humor never waned. This vulnerability, rather than diminishing his legacy, humanized him, making his achievements all the more remarkable. It underscores the psychoanalytic principle that strength and vulnerability are not mutually exclusive, but can coexist, contributing to a more nuanced and complete understanding of an individual's psyche. Muhammad Ali's journey through life was a testament to the power of resilience, conviction, and the indomitable spirit of human will. As a boxer, he danced under the bright lights of the world's greatest stages, and as a humanitarian, he walked the earth with a heavy heart for its suffering, always ready to lend a hand or voice to those in need. His life was a series of battles fought both in and out of the ring, each one leaving an indelible mark on the tapestry of history and on the hearts of those who witnessed his courage. Ali's final bell tolled on June 3, 2016, in Scottsdale, Arizona. The world lost the greatest to septic shock, a condition that arose from a respiratory illness, compounded by the Parkinson's disease he had valiantly battled for over 3 decades. His passing was not just the closing chapter of a legendary life, but a moment of profound loss that reverberated across communities worldwide. The question of whether his death could have been prevented lingers, shadowed by the complexity of his health issues. Yet, it is the way he lived his life, with fearless grace and unwavering principles, that remains the focus of those who admired him. The news of Ali's death was met with an outpouring of grief and an overwhelming sense of loss. Tributes flowed from every corner of the globe, from heads of state and celebrities to the countless lives he touched with his philanthropy and activism. The world seemed to stand still, united in mourning the loss of a man who was far more than a boxer. He was a beacon of hope and a symbol of the struggle for justice and equality. In the days following his death, the city of Louisville, Kentucky, became a focal point for those wishing to pay their respects. Thousands lined the streets for a procession that took Ali's body through the city he called home, past landmarks of significance in his life, culminating in a public memorial service that drew people of all races, religions, and backgrounds. The service, attended by dignitaries and celebrities, was broadcasted globally, allowing millions to partake in the celebration of Ali's life. Speakers, including former President Bill Clinton, comedian Billy Crystal, and journalist Bryant Gumbel, shared personal anecdotes that highlighted Ali's humor, courage, and humanity. Ali's legacy was further immortalized through various tributes and initiatives aimed at continuing his work outside the ring. The Muhammad Ali Center in Louisville serves as a cultural and educational hub, promoting tolerance, respect, and understanding. Scholarships and programs in his name continue to support underprivileged youth, and annual events celebrate his commitment to social change. In reflecting on the life and death of Muhammad Ali, it becomes clear that his impact was as profound in death as it was in life. His passing brought the world together in a shared moment of loss, reflection, and appreciation for a man who transcended the sport of boxing to become a global symbol of peace, resilience, and the fight for a better world. Muhammad Ali's legacy is not just in the records he set or the battles he won, but in the hearts and minds he inspired to dream bigger, fight harder, and love more deeply. In the end, Ali taught us that the greatest fight of all is the one we wage for the betterment of humanity, a fight that continues in his absence, guided by the light of his example.